In a big shift, and despite pressure from his foreign allies, Donald Trump is expected to say he will not certify Iran's compliance with the 2015 nuclear deal, opening the way for the reinstatement of sanctions against Tehran. Now, having failed to sway their counterpart, the leaders of Russia, China, France, Britain and Germany are all scrambling to save the deal they all contributed to reaching, with Berlin vowing to work even harder with other partners to maintain cohesion. Well, earlier I spoke to our Washington correspondent Philip Crowther, who began by telling us a bit more about what we can expect from today's announcement.
More than anything, we know what Donald Trump won't do with this Iran nuclear deal and what he won't be able to do. He won't withdraw from it unilaterally. That's simply something he cannot do, according to the text that was actually signed by all the negotiating partners. And of course, remember also, this is not a deal just between the United States and Iran. Even if the United States was to withdraw, it would continue existing. But that is not something that the White House will be doing. Also, Donald Trump will not be announcing that he and his administration will start renegotiating the nuclear deal either. Both of those were actually campaign promises from Donald Trump. He said he would end the deal, he would renegotiate it. There won't be any of that today. Instead, you've heard this verb already, he will decertify it. Now, this means, he says that basically Iran is not in the spirit of the agreement. That is more or less a part of the JCPOA official text. What this means is that he's basically sending this to Congress, and Congress will then have three options as to what it can do, not with the deal itself, but whether it agrees with the deal or not. Now, Congress can, first of all, do nothing. In that case, there's no risk for the nuclear deal. It remains in place. Congress can also reimpose sanctions, those sanctions that were stopped as part of the deal. In that case, well, it's in serious danger. And then there's the third option that's actually preferred by the White House. It wants a larger scope approach to Iran, one that includes financing for terrorist groups abroad. It wants to include the missile program of Iran. It wants to include the Revolutionary Guards in Iran. If any of those do anything wrong in the eyes of Congress, then it could reimpose sanctions as well. That is the preference that the White House has, but the decision won't be taken straight away by this president. He's basically telling Congress, it's now up to you, and they will have 90 days before the next moment when Donald Trump will again have to certify or not certify this deal.